Hi, guys, and welcome to your June 2022. This is going to be the Their Confessions. We are down to our last two, and that's going to be for the beautiful sign of Cancer. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Everything that you need is below in the description box for you and your collective. Now, Cancer, we're gonna go ahead and take a deep dive into their confessions. Okay, before we go into what they may be confessing and examine the confessions themselves, so forth and so on, let's find out where you are for Gemini season. We've been in this season now for, we're just about a little over half, maybe. And when the sun, of course, slid into Gemini, it illuminated your 12th house. This is always darkest before the dawn. The reason why I use that is because everybody that's going through their 12th house story will begin to feel a little bit crazy because you got first house shit going on, and maybe 2 weeks when the sun slides into Cancer, okay? When it is Cancer season. Ow, okay. So a lot of the times, Cancer, I am a part of your collective. Um, we can feel a little strange, a little weird, a little down because 12th house stuff is dealing with closures. Okay, so officially the 12th house completes the 12th. It's the 12th and final house, Cancerians, that deal with endings, final stages of a project. You're wrapping something up, tying up loose ends, completing, afterlife, old age, and surrendering. There's something that you have been fighting, and now you're surrendering to that. You are completely surrendering, okay? It's also associated with separation from society, such as institutions, hospitals, which kind of sucks, jails, hidden agendas, and secret enemies. It's the house of enemies, okay? It also rules the imagination, creativity, arts, film, dance, poetry, journals, and the subconscious mind. This is your Pisces house. Let's go ahead and get your introspective oracle, which I love these, and find out kind of where you at. So you got 12 house shit on your mind. You're trying to wrap up some things, and there are some things that you will never figure out. I believe that Virgo got this. There was another zodiac sign that got this, Cancerian. And I believe that maybe you have surrendered to this notion that there are some things that you'll just never figure out. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the actual confessions. Keep in mind that I do pull 8 cards here. Each one of these 8 cards has a position on the board. The position 1 through 8 follows the numbers of the actual tarot. In case anybody hasn't noticed, the 9th card will basically is the fruition, the fulfillment. That's why I stopped there. And then completion is basically when I pull your angel answers. Okay, that's another way that you can look at it. So you don't have to actually be connected with someone to accept the confession. It may be somebody that you don't even talk to, but this could be what is being highlighted. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Now we will see how long I'm able to keep this damn hair out of my face. All right, let's go ahead and get started. There are some things that you will never figure out. All right, what are they confessing to Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What are we leading with in my beginning position? I have lost all faith and trust in this connection. Okay, so my first, obviously, position is very, very important if we're leading with a person that is losing trust and that is losing faith. Um, Beginnings, opportunities, potential. I feel that in this particular slot, that there has been some things that have went on between you two that continues to happen. Typically, when an individual loses their faith, and loses their trust, that's because their faith, well, not necessarily their faith, but their trust have been violated. The problem is that some people just don't have faith. So I feel like you could be dealing with an individual who may be overly sensitive. I'm not trying to invalidate their experience, but there seems to be something wrong with that. How do we bring balance, partnership, duality into this? What are we confessing? What was missing there? And I feel like we shouldn't see one another for a while. I need time to recover. This is not actually bringing any type of duality, any type of coupling, any type of balance. Instead, this person tucked their feelings in between their legs, or tucked their feelings down and left and decided, I need to recover, and made the decision to shut you out. Maybe if they didn't say this, they definitely act as if that's what they did. Okay. And my third position on the board, how do we grow the situation? They're truly disappointed in themselves. I wish things could be better between us. This person is a runner. This individual doesn't want to grow. This individual has been losing trust and faith, making decisions for the both of you because ultimately they're more disappointed in themselves. They wish that things could be better, but they keep victimizing themselves, Cancer, and refuse to take responsibility for the role that they're playing between you. Okay. All right, so how do we build this? What's our structure? What's our foundation here? Let me see what I can pull from that. So we're looking at, I need to get away from the toxicity and negativity. It is triggering me. Okay, because this is coming up in my fourth position on the board, that lets me know that there is a very negative and toxic situation that this individual is in. They can't be happy truly because, and the reason why they give up and run is because they're not used to stability. They are a product of their environment, Cancer, and their environment, their stability, their structure, their foundation is very toxic. It's very triggering. At the sight of problems with you, they run. You know why? Because that is what they're used to. They get triggered, okay? All right. What's the instability here? Show me that in my fifth place. Hearing you cry turns me off because I don't want the responsibility of the pain that I've caused. Yes. So the challenge here, and this came out in the exact same position for Leo. So if you're not dealing with the Leo moon, or Leo sun, moon, rising, or Venus, Cancer, you're definitely dealing with fire. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay. This person is emotionally detached, emotionally cut off, emotionally screwed up due to their unstable, here we go again, unstable home environment. At the sign of an issue, they run. Now, this pissed me off when it came into the exact same spot in the Leo video. What is the problem here? Okay, sorry. Jesus. All right. So it pissed me off again in that Leo video because all of the surrounding cards in that fire environment was pretty much about me, me, me. This person does the same thing, but the problem with this individual Cancer collective is that they happen to be extremely sensitive as well. You don't get to get mad at me every time I bet an eye, and when I cry or I'm hurt, you don't reciprocate. You don't show your compassion, and it's all about you. You have to watch individuals like this. I am confirming for you that they run from relationships because unfortunately they don't have any firm foundations when when it pertains to any relationships, and they haven't been shown the communication, cooperation, and harmony aspect of this. What are we confessing there? We are confessing that I am not ready to release my current partner. Um, for some of you, I do not feel third party energy. I need more time to figure out if I truly want you. I honestly think that the current partner for a lot of them, and it's very I'm just gonna put this out here. You choose to resonate with it if you want. If it's a partner, then make your story a partner. But I believe that they're just not ready to release their pain. They're not ready to release the toxicity. They're not ready to release the negativity. They are very much so about not seeing each other until they recover. They put themselves first emotionally and will shut you out. And they don't realize, Cancer, that that causes more issues. Um, if you are angry with them, they run. They do not want to face the music. So they do need to figure out whether they still want this. And so they're not cooperating. And that has brought, this non-harmonious energy between you guys. Okay. Now, what are we reflecting upon? What are we reflecting upon? I act indifferently, but I'm actually falling apart. It makes me feel safe. So the reflection here, the assessment and the knowledge, what they know that they do is front. It's act like they don't care when indeed they do. And this is falling underneath the I am truly disappointed in myself. See, when it comes down to growth, and when it comes down to reflection and assessment and knowledge in that seventh position, they know that the reason why this relationship has not grown is because they act indifferent when really they're falling apart. It makes them feel safe. They are truly disappointed at the fact that their behavior has caused a lack of growth between you two, okay? Okay, what are we going to do? Mastery action. I cannot handle how controlling you are. I need my own voice to speak. This is, again, this is a true statement. It's not because you're controlling, Cancer. It's because the 95% of you that are watching that have Cancer sons, let's just say, then your Mercury is in Cancer. You know how to communicate. And it doesn't matter to you that you put yourself out there emotionally, because you are the sign that will do that. If you feel it, you're going to say it. They're not like that. So when you put yourself out there, emotionally, it feels like they're being controlled because they've already told you that they need time to figure out if they truly want you. But it's not you that they don't want, it's the responsibility. The top of the deck, what is coming to fruition is very, very simple. Despite of all of everything that I've said, what is definitely coming to fruition is that they haven't been able to move on. You hold their heart. You could have walked away. You could have left. You could have decided that's it. But what is coming, what they want, what is coming to fruition right now in their realization is the fact that they have not been able to move on. We reflect and circle back to there are some things that you will never figure out. Cancer, you tried to figure it out. You tried as a cardinal water sign to go in and give them everything that you thought they needed. Love, validation, taking care of them, nurturing them. But you had to realize that no matter how much you give that, you can't love a person through their pain. Your love will never add up and be enough because that's not what it's supposed to do. This isn't a case of just being there for someone who needs you. This is a case of the person really having to step up and really free themselves from this instability, this toxicity, and this negativity that triggers them, which in turn ruins relationships that they have in their personal lives. I've lost all faith and trust as romantic feelings. So, what they would like to begin is start to explore their feelings and really look at their feelings from a different perspective. And that's what they want to start to do. What is our balanced partnership and duality? Is that unfortunately they have issues. They have red flags when it comes down to togetherness. We know that. That has been a red flag for you, and the signs have cautioned you, Cancer, okay? When we come down to our creativity, our growth, our harmony, they know that they're disappointed in themselves. And that came up, and that they know that they have stopped that, and it is because of the religious factors. Your love life and is influenced by your upbringing, and that's the upbringing that I said, which is in my fourth position. Okay, they are definitely a product of their environment. They don't know how to fight and get underneath that thumbprint of garbage. Remember, you are a product of your environment. Now, I have these conversations with my mom, Cancer side note, all the time about, as a mother myself, and reflecting my me being a mom to what she experienced with myself and my siblings. And one of the things that's interesting is how you can all live in the same house and walk away with different things. Well, with that being said, it's the same way with this person. So they could have siblings, but they could have been the one that internalized the toxicity and the negativity in the way that they were raised in a very different way than their siblings. If you are a Cancer and this individual has siblings and you've met the mom or you've met the sister or the brother and you're looking for the correlation, you have to also remember that everybody is different. I was raised, of course, in the same household as my brothers. And as the oldest child, that's its own thing. But the thing about it is that we all walked away with a different understanding and perception of how we were raised. The moon is the relationship with the mom. So take a look at your person's moon. And that's going, that energy, that zodiac energy is going to be exactly what they project back onto you, because that is the relationship dynamic that they have with their mother. Okay. All right, what do we have in my fourth position? We have unrequited love. They were unloved as a child. A part of the stability and the negativity and the toxicity that triggers them is they were in an unloving environment. they there was not enough attraction or chemistry to keep their personal relationships going, because before that rejection comes, or before they allowed really to get to know a person and go to the depths of a person, they run, which in turn causes unrequited love, because they're perpetuating the exact same patterns that they grew up with. So they may not be conscious of it. I feel that your person is conscious of it, and that's the reason why they're disappointed in themselves, because they feel like a failure, because they've allowed the way that they were raised, something that they've probably talked about. I will never be like you. You know, people, when we are affected, we'll say, I'll never be like you. I'm going to do like this and I'm going to do that differently. And then you grow up and realize that you're the same damn way. It just manifests itself in a different way, and now you're pissed. That's what this person is, okay? In my fifth position, they are emotionally unstable, okay? Because hearing you cry and taking emotional responsibility for your feelings turns them off. It's not really a turn off like, ew, you're crying, but they don't connect with it the way that a normal person would. And the challenge is that they do feel like you were sent into their lives to help them, to love them, and you are their soulmate. That is a challenge for them. And that's the reason why they're so truly disappointed, because they know that they caused the pain, and they don't know why they keep running from the responsibility of just taking a little accountability for the pain that they've caused you, Cancer. Okay, let's go ahead. All right, there we go. So I'm not ready to release my current partner. I'm also going to change again that to my pain. I'm not ready to release my current partner. For some of you, it's a partner. I am intuitively reading this as their pain. That partner, I do not believe they're seeing romantically, but they are bundling all of this up in one big nasty bucket, and this is what they're dealing with: the ex-partner, their toxicity, negativity from the way that they were raised, growing up in an unloving household, all of that. Okay, so now 2, 3, 4, 5, in my sixth position here. This is what is communicated. This is why there's a lack of harmony, and what needs to happen, and what's clarifying that is they're being guided by spirit, that they need to make the effort. They need to step the hell up, and they need to make sure that they need to fight for this. That's what they need to do. Okay. What are we reflecting upon? What are we reflecting upon? The fact that they act indifferently, but they're falling apart to make themselves feel safe, is the chemistry. No matter what, you are their soulmate, and there is a strong magnetic attraction to you. There is a shitload of chemistry, and they know that. They know that it's just not as easy for them to just walk away. It makes them feel safe, but they're drawn to you. You can go hide out in your little under your little rock, But if you're drawn to something, you come right back out and do the same thing over and over again. And it is safe to say, Cancer, that this person goes on and on and on, just around and round and round and round, because honestly, they can't stay away from you. They can't. What's coming to fruition? I can't handle how controlling you are. I need my own voice to speak my truth, being clarified by the fact that they need to free themselves, take back control of their lives. They are allowing things to cause problems and push people away. You have come into their life to save them or to love them. They prayed for it, they cried about it, and then when you got there, they pushed you away because they truly did not know what to do. The top of the deck is definitely, I haven't been able to move on from you. You hold my heart in a tight grip, being clarified by separation. You guys are currently in separation right now. They pushed you away and they're having a very, very hard time dealing with this. And this is the one that I am resonating with the most. So let's go ahead and closing, Cancerian. Before we get angel answers, let's tie that back in. There are some things that you'll never figure out. They have the romantic feelings for you that are real and worth exploring. There have been things about their personality that you knew that was a red flag. They were raised differently than you with the religious factors. They push you away, and it causes their patterns of pushing you away causes unrequited love. And this was also an environment that they grew up in, which is now why they're trying to send that back to you, because they are a product of their environment. When it comes down to soulmate, they're realizing that you are the soulmate, which is the challenge, which is one of the reasons why they can't move on from you. What right now needs to change? What needs to happen in order to bring the harmony back between you guys is the fact that they need to make the effort. One of the things that is being reflected upon is the fact that they know that they are magnetically attracted to you. And finally, they need to free themselves from the things that have happened to them in their life. And you guys are currently in separation. Let's go ahead and get your completion messages from spirit. You're being guided as soon as you see it. The very first thing that pops up in your head is what it is for you as a personal message. Okay. Compromise. For some of you, you are being guided to compromise. All right. What else do we have for Cancer and their partner? In the near future, there is going to be some type of communication with regards to this. They're not staying away from this situation. And finally, we have no for some of you. Top of the deck reveals it's up to you. You will be given an opportunity to make a decision. And at that point, you are going to have to decide what you want to do, Cancer, because the ball is in your court. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe, Cancer. It is always a pleasure. I am going to go again with I haven't been able to move on from you. You hold my heart in a tight grip. Remember, your introspection oracle is there are some things that you'll never figure out. If you have tried to do that, Cancer, you're being guided to let it go and surrender. So this month could have been the month where you finally decided that you were leaving this individual alone, that you threw your hands up and decided to surrender to this whole situation. And as a result, it could have drew them out of their little rock that they're hiding under, and they're coming to you and they're going to try to make some type of effort because they realize that you are their soulmate. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Everything you need is below in the description box. Now let's go ahead and get into the nitty and gritty. If you've lasted this long, if this is your story and you want to take it one step further, you can go ahead and connect with me. Please understand that this particular summer hours have been in effect for 10 days. The summer hours are as follows. Text, audio, email, and phone readings are open. They are open right now. There are summer specials for returning and existing clients, returning and new, I'm sorry. So book accordingly, and those codes are in the description box for you, as well as the pinned comment. The hours will be the same, except there will be no appointments on Sunday for the entire summer. And every third Saturday of the month will be my late day. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. I'll see you in your next one, Cancer. Bye, guys.